because it is really larger than that. It is an issue where we support justice and what is right and that which is merciful and that which is humane. And those are the values that all of our faith traditions stand upon, which is to regard each and every living soul as if they are the image of the divine, because they are. Because when we look at our brothers and sisters, we see the face of the divine in them. And therefore, to be treated as less than anything that is sacred, anything that is divine, is really a blasphemous enterprise. And we dare not to allow this country and our society to engage in a blasphemous enterprise any longer. Now, we've heard all types of crazy things, have we not? Where people say, well, we don't really want government to tell us what to do in terms of our health care. And you have to scratch your head, because you're saying, what do you want, the insurance companies to continue to have a say in your health care? Well, that's the problem, right? They've had too much say in who lives and who dies. And for those who have gone, fought in a war, they have had government-sponsored health care in terms of the Veterans Administration or Medicaid, right? The fact is we've seen systems that have worked very well, and we've seen systems that have not worked very well, and those systems have continued to be built upon greed and selfishness, treating life and death as if it's a commodity. We're called to stand up for justice. I'm reminded as we gather here in worship, because see, worship's supposed to be a springboard by which we go forward, right? And it's just like, but sometimes, folks get very, very engaged in worship and want to just stay and feel the good feelings of worship and not go forward. Well, Micah encountered that. Right? And the folks came, they said, well, what is it that you want from us? Right? We're in worship. We feel good in worship. Do you want 10,000 of rivers of oil? Do you want our firstborn so that we may boast? And the word comes back and says, you know, O mortal, what is required. And what is that? To do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with God. And that's what we're going to be called to do, is to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk. To walk where our spirit will lead us. To walk in front of legislators. To walk so that justice messages are heard. To walk and to pick up the phone and to call and to make our voices heard. To wear it out until folks get tired of hearing from you. I'm reminded of that story of Jesus talking about the person that won't get up at night and give a slice of bread to his neighbor, even when his neighbor got friends that came over. And one of the things he says, even though he won't get up and give you what you need because he's your friend, because of your, and the word is used, the importunity, he will get up. In other words, you're not going to stop knocking. You're not going to stop calling. Right? You're going to wear out your welcome, right? And the fact is that when folks get rid of you, it's because they will have done justice what we have demanded, right? So we cannot sit back and be quiet. So one thing that's going to happen, and as you're going to be requested to call, 800 number, 888-797-8717. That's this capital switchboard. You're going to call that number. You're going to ask for your senator. You're going to ask for your representative. And then after you speak to whoever's there, you're going to call them back. And you're going to say the same thing over again just in case they did not get your message. And then you're going to call them back again to let them know that you really mean what you say and that you really stand on this cause, because it is a cause of justice. And you cannot accept anything less. And then you're going to go down to the Methodist building at 100 Maryland Avenue, 230 to 330. And you're going to be engaged there in a faith walk. A faith walk. So our faith is going to move us forward so that we're not only heard, but we're seen. Because this is too important for us to fail at. This is too important. And folks will always talk about what is winnable, what is achievable. Well, that's politicians' conversation. We're to talk about as people of faith. Like what is really and truly needed to reflect a just society, where justice, in the words of Amos, rolls down like water and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. It's up to us. It's up to each one of us. It's up to all of us to march and to move and to speak and to pray and to say and to continue to stand forth until justice comes to this world, this society, on this issue. We cannot delay any longer on this issue. We demand health care now, and we demand health care for all. God bless you and continue your struggle.